Hello guys and gals, and this is another Vlog Friday. I'm not sure if that's clear or not. Oh well. This is the last video that I'm doing for the day, and the last video that I'm recording for the entire week. And it's a week before it needs to be done. Well, technically it's 5 days before it needs to be done. But I want to be a little bit ahead on my videos. So anyways, we are going to be doing this. Vlog Friday is just a simple vlog, and we are going to go over some points that I have predetermined on this piece of paper, and we go from there. It's supposed to be a lighthearted, heartfelt little thing to help encourage people that are going through rough times, and who isn't going through rough times this day and age, with, you know, the virus and civil unrest and all that glorious stuff, you know. I don't know if you can pick up on the sarcasm of that or not, but I was being sarcastic on that one. There's nothing really good about the virus or the civil unrest or all the bad things in society. But that's no reason to despair. We're going to go over some stuff here, and we're going to hopefully dispel some of that. I need to start using a script. Anyways, here we go. The point that I want to start off with is, it's kind of a point that I've touched on before. It's kind of difficult for some people who have lost loved ones around certain holidays, and then, to keep reliving it through other holidays. An example would be, losing someone near Christmas, and then, every Christmas you think about them. Although you should probably think about your deceased loved ones more often than that if you were, close to them. But anyways, it can be easy to get survivor's guilt, I think it is called. I think that's, I don't know if that applies here or not, but, you still being alive and they're not. I don't know. And it's easy to, feel depressed during that time, and that's perfectly natural, Emotions are basically natural and should be expressed. Emotions are dangerous to be repressed, actually, and so keeping them bottled up is dangerous. So yeah, if you're having problems, talk to someone about it, and yeah, it makes things it makes it a lot easier to cope. Anyways, what we have here is we're going to go over the first point here, but I'm probably going to touch back up on the previous point later, if I think about it or remember, which I probably won't. Anyways, here we go. When you're feeling depressed, do something you enjoy at least once a day. Make sure it is something that's legal. I always have to put in that little disclaimer there. If you're a diabetic, I don't suggest you go out and eat brownies or anything like that, because I know that sugar is bad for diabetics. I'm not saying that you violate your dietary restrictions in order to make yourself feel better. That's very unhealthy and not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is you need to do something that is within your dietary wheelhouse if you want to do food like that. If you want to eat to feel better, then do so in moderation. Also, it doesn't need to be food. It can be watching a movie you really enjoy. Or it can be, just a way to relax and de-stress. That's de-stress, not distress. There's a difference there. 2, there's always someone who cares. And that's really important to think of, because we are in this age where there's digital media and there's all these social platforms where you can have lots of friends and chats and stuff like that, but you can still feel alone, and it can seem like nobody cares, but there is always someone who cares, and that can make all the difference, and maybe help with part 1 with feeling depressed to a certain extent, to know that somebody cares. Number 3 is, if you are suffering from an affliction, there is no shame in seeking help. We're going to go into this an abundant amount of times with step 5, but a lot of the stigma attached to getting help for mental illness is basically dissipating, I think. It's going away, hopefully. if there's something that's preventing you from living your life to the fullest, if it's like paranoid schizophrenia or depression or bipolar, and there is a way to not have those feelings, like through medication, then it's probably a good idea to get medication for that. I realize that with bipolar and borderline and paranoid schizophrenia, you basically have to be on medication in order to function, to cope. I'm not opposed to medication. I'm opposed to overuse of medication and abuse of medication. But if there's a medication that is prescribed that helps you with that, then it's good that you do that. Now, I realize that in the case of depression and some of the other mental illnesses, it's possible to cope just fine without medication, and I admire people that can do that because that's amazing. That's awesome. But if you are suffering and medication would help, then there's no real harm in taking the medication, given that the side effects aren't too drastic. No matter how bad things get, there is always hope. This is point 4. One thing that we always need to hold on to is hope. Things might get pretty bad, but there's always like a sunrise the next day, and that can be a metaphysical sunrise, like the sun rising on a brand new day or a new outlook on life, a better outlook on life. It can be really helpful to think of the world in those terms. There's always hope to hold on to. And things can get pretty bad, but there's always hope, and it's always important to remember that. Number 5 is really important. I don't know if it's actually the keystone of this piece or not, but societal tags and labels are pointless. People are people. And this is really, really important because it's easy to forget. I know I said in the last one, about, maybe someone cuts you off in traffic and you basically take it personally and stuff like that, when the person probably had no intention at all of offending anybody. They were probably just distracted by their own turmoils in life. And that basically goes towards any slight that's basically directed at a person. People are people regardless of how they act. And sometimes people don't really act like people. And that's abundantly obvious if you look through the pages of history. People can be kind of mean and ruthless, and it's really easy to hold that against them. And sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it isn't. It's just that you should always take the context into consideration. Maybe the person was having a bad day. Maybe they got bad news. Maybe someone close to them died, and so they were being really short with you. It's always important to get the context before you actually draw conclusions like that. Plus, with societal tags and labels, usually those aren't good. I mean, some people embrace those. I know that people in the furry fandom consider being a fur fag, being they wear it as a badge of honor. But societal tags usually are like to strip away humanity to the most part. It puts people into boxes that they don't belong in. It makes rush judgments on people. I, for one, am not really into this whole rushing to judgment and making all these societal tags. People shouldn't be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their heart. I forget who said that. I think that was Martin Luther King. I'm not sure. But if I'm wrong, then you can correct me in the things at the bottom, that you can write things in. Oh, comments, that's it. I'm sorry, this is the 9th video I've done today, and so in like 4 hours. Actually, it's been about 5 hours that I've been doing videos, so please pardon any of these mistakes. But anyways, societal tags are pointless to the most part. Usually they're offensive. They can be. And you just need to see people as being people, because they are. Doesn't matter what they believe in, the color of their skin, anything like that. And number 6, we have be yourself. There will never be another you. And that's pretty much a really important point too, because you have a unique view of life. No one else will have that view of life, that perspective. and it's up to you to make the best of it. Sure, you can pretend to be somebody else, maybe try to become popular like that, but you're just cheating yourself by not being yourself. When you're yourself, then it's just a lot easier. You're more relaxed. And the people who are really popular these days on YouTube are themselves, and that's how they got there. People saw them as themselves, and they became YouTube sensations. I'm probably never going to be a YouTube sensation, and I don't really care about fame or anything like that. It's just I'm trying to help people one person at a time, and hope that these videos are doing that. I don't think that I could be anybody except me. That's That's the only person I know how to be, and so be yourself, because who you are really matters. Okay, and lastly, we have always think positive thoughts, and that's in the same vein as always have hope. There's always hope. Wherever that was on the paper, I can't find it now. Okay, right there. Number 4. It kind of goes back to number 4, but positive thoughts also help too. Sometimes it's not really a matter of that, but if you see things in a positive light, then usually it helps. I'm not going to say that it helps 100% of the time, because there are probably some situations that probably don't have a positive outcome, but it's good to hold on to hope. Yeah, there it is, number 4, and always have positive thoughts. At least that's my opinion, and I hope that that was helpful. But yeah, if you are having problems during having troubles coping during a holiday because of lost loved ones, or maybe getting hurt or jilted on that particular date, then don't hesitate to seek out someone to tell that to, and maybe they can help you cope. Anyways, this has been a Vlog Friday. If you like this content and it has helped you at all, then make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell so you know when I upload. And if you want to support me in any way, all that information is in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.